Good evening, folks. It's Galavanta here. Now, I was going to do this live, but I've decided to do it recorded. Today, Aaron and I decided to go and do some bus and train spotting. We didn't do any full routes, and we had a brilliant day. My thoughts, and this is my honest opinion on what happened. I took the 23 up to Kinross this morning with the intention of getting a CityLink down to Holbeath to meet him. Now that went well until we got to Kinross. M92 unfortunately was full, because the trains were off south of Aberdeen, I think it was, or north of Edinburgh, basically. And that was due to the storm that we had yesterday. So, anyway, to get on with it, I ended up getting the Ember E1 service down to the south, then the X55 to Ferrytoll, and then I jumped the 747 up to Holbeath Park and Ride. It would actually, hindsight, have been faster if I was just to go ahead and take the X56, because the X56 came in, must have been about 25 minutes after E1 departed, because as soon as we arrived at Holbeath, there was Aaron waiting for me, and as soon as I got off that 747, what turned up 2 minutes later? X56 going to Edinburgh. And I thought, Gallavanter, you dummy. You'd have been better just getting that. You know? Anyhow, we had a coffee. Excuse me. We had a coffee and then discussed what we were going to do for that day. And we decided that we were going to do a bit of bus spotting at Holbeath, go down to Ferrytoll, and then do a bit of train spotting at North Queensferry. So anyway, the first bit, Ferrytoll, Holbeath, sorry. We did a bit of bus spotting there, did a live stream. I felt it was necessary to say something so that I wasn't going to end up losing a few subscribers. Basically, I was talking about the fact that one or two subscribers were having an argument amongst themselves in the chat when I was doing a live stream on Sunday. They know who they are. I'm not going to single anyone out. So, unfortunately, I had to say that if they don't want to be thingled, put on a 24-hour. What's that word I'm looking for? If they don't want to be singled out for up to 24 hours, like what you can do with people that leave messages on YouTube, then I wanted them to just cut it out, and that goes for everyone. I don't like putting people on timeout on the chat. I've had to do it before because I've had preachers suddenly come in, whether they're bots or real people, I don't know. Don't really care, to be honest. We don't talk about religion or any of that sort of stuff on this channel. On this channel, we only talk about buses, trains, planes, that sort of thing. And even just general chit-chat, But we don't do politics, religion, or, well, we could talk about sport, but we don't really talk about that. We don't do politics or religion. That's two of the no-nos. Sport, yeah, okay. Occasionally, I don't mind that. but not all the time. But anyway, I made it clear that I will not hesitate to put someone in timeout if I feel it's necessary. You know, if someone says something that another person doesn't like, I will say to him, I'll just say, look, mate, I'm really sorry, but you can't say that sort of thing on here. Please don't say these sort of things. If they apologise, that's fine. It's forgotten about. It's in the past, it's history. If, however, they continue to pester, whether it's one particular person or a group of other people, I will warn them again if I have to, and then they'll go in a timeout. Now, I'll decide how long that timeout should be. It might just be 10 minutes. It might be 24 hours, which is the maximum. And if it's something severe, and it's going to end up with my channel potentially losing subscribers, then I will put them in 24 hours. And I'm not joking. So going back to what we did. After we did some bus spotting at Holbeath, we decided to go down to Ferrytowl. Now, when we arrived at Ferrytowl, it wasn't cold, but it was a little windy. So I decided to go into the little waiting room bit just next to the Park and Ride office waiting room. And it's one of these places where the sun beats down through a really dirty looking roof, and it makes it really warm. But at the same time, it does kind of smell in a way. And it's not a pleasant smell, you know? It's one of these smells, how can I describe it? Like a warm, damp smell. Not pleasant. Not pleasant at all. Sorry if I'm sounding a bit negative tonight, but I'm being honest with exactly what I was thinking there. And it also turned out that we were going to go down to North Queensferry. So once we did a bit more bus spotting at Ferrytowl, we went down to North Queensferry, added another live stream. I did 3 live streams today. The first one being the most active, I thought. So after that, we arrived at North Queensferry after getting the number 87 bus from Ferrytowl, and we stayed there for about maybe just under an hour, I think it was. And Aaron saw his favourite train, 170407. And beforehand, though, during the day, he was absolutely so desperate to see it that he was crying his eyes out that he didn't actually get the chance to see it during her last collaboration. Poor wee soul was inconsolable. I know he'll be sitting in the house. He'll be sitting in the house watching this on a television or his phone or whatever he's watching this video on, and he'll be thinking, "I will get you for that, Gallivanter. I will get you for that." Maybe using a few words that I can't repeat on the channel. But yeah, he was literally inconsolable. I went through 3 packets of hankies just trying to stop him from crying his eyes out. The Oasis song "Stop Crying Your Heart Out" springs to mind. And that's what I said to him when they saw the train going past. I went, "There you go. There's your wee pal. He's come to see you." I did actually say something like that. And if looks could kill, you should have seen the look that I got off camera. If looks could kill. I've got some pre-recorded stuff from today to upload. That will probably be going up at some point tomorrow. I know Aaron will be quite keen to see what I have uploaded, or what I've recorded, should I say. And because he said to me, he says, I'm going to have a little watch back to your live stream earlier on. Pal, I'm keen to see what you said. That was good though. That was really good. Really funny. Oh, excuse me. Another Galavanter roar. Anyway, going back to that, not the Galavanter roars, but going back to things in general. After that, we decided to, when I was doing a live stream, there was a few people who weren't happy, well, one subscriber in particular. They know who they are, who wasn't happy that I was using the mics. Now, to be honest, I don't really care if this particular subscriber was happy that I was using the mics or not, because it's my channel, it's my phone, I pay the bill for the data, it's my tablet, my laptop, my microphones, my Wi-Fi in the house. I pay the bill for that as well. So if I want to use them, I'll use them. If I think it's necessary to use them, I'll use them. Okay? Sorry that had to be said. I said that on a live, and I'm saying it on this recorded video as well. Might say it again some other time. If I feel it's necessary, then it's necessary. I didn't want to have to say that, but I felt it was necessary. So after we did our train spotting, we decided that we were going to just catch a bus back up to Ferrytown. Now we ended up getting the 88, which was a little Opter Solo, SL13XAN I think it was, and it was roasting. It was really warm, and I'm not joking when I say that. It was really warm. So after that, we got off at Ferrytown, transferred on to a 747, same vehicle, and I'm pretty sure it was the same driver that took us down. Pretty sure. So anyway, we then got off at Holbeath, we had another coffee, so I felt like I was climbing the walls by that time. And we thought, right, okay, we'll find out what's going on in terms of our options for transport home. Aaron ended up getting the X54, and we ended up discussing, before that though, we ended up discussing what we're going to do next. And on Thursday, we're going to do the 73C, just between Ninewells and Carnoustie, because I can't do it all the way to Arbroath. I don't have time to do that, and I've got no way of getting to Arbroath by 6:15 in the morning, unless I stay outside there all night and do an all-nighter. Am I going to do that? Probably not, no. But anyway, there might be a way around it. We'll see. I've potentially got something in mind. Okay? I'm not going to say any more about that. So what I'll do is, I'll say cheerio for now, and I'll talk to you later, okay? I might do another live later on. I don't know. We'll see. But if I don't, I'll speak to you tomorrow.